Elicia.
Hi, Claudia.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. So, could you please tell us why are you um, part of this new project? What is it about this project that calls to you?
Well, I'm a Candida expert, so I work with people all around the world that actually most everyone I work with, if not all, have allergies and sensitivities to so many foods, and they're very restrictive with their diet. And I just love the fact that there's going to be so many different recipes all in one place for them to use.
So, what is the part of restrictive diet that helps with Candida?
Well, the Candida diet is one that eliminates all sugar and all forms of sugar and starch and cooked fermented foods. Um, so it really leaves them with just eating vegetables and protein. And so some people can eat animal protein, but some can't. And then there's people who are very sensitive to dairy and grains. And but the part of healing in general is to really allow your body to detox and cleanse from any additives and chemicals. And so a clean diet is needed for that.
How do people react when you tell them what they should cut of their diet?
Well, most people that find me already are familiar with the Candida diet, or they've tried it and they've struggled with it. Um, so most of them are ready to do it in a different way with me, using more of the emotional support. And then the people who don't know about it yet, yeah, they react pretty strongly because everything that they love, they have to cut out. And that's why they're suffering, is because they keep feeding it as well.
How is it leaving everything out, even if you don't have Candida or you don't suffer from this kind? How is leaving these types of food out helping people?
Mm. Well, cutting out things such additives and sugars and things that are unnatural for the body helps everyone. So, because it helps our moods, it helps us feel more balanced and grounded, and then less addictive to foods, and also using food in a different way. So, one of the gifts I always say of the Candida diet is it helps my clients feel more, and that's the work that I do is specializing in emotional healing. So not using food anymore to numb emotions helps them ultimately heal and then develop a new relationship with food and with themselves, with others in life. So using food to nourish the body versus numbing the emotions is a powerful shift for many different people. And then listening to their own body and what their body wants. So a lot of sensitivities and allergies are caused by Candida and an imbalance of bacteria or leaky gut and things like that. So there is a necessary process of healing the gut, and you don't have to eliminate everything for the rest of your life, and you can be more in balance. But what most people find is once they're in balance and they can eat different foods, they're more in tune with what their body actually really wants. And everyone's different. So it's nice to listen to your body and how your body reacts to food and how you feel after you eat food.
And how long does it take to get this kind of processed food or sugar or starch out of your system and start feeling the difference? Because once you cut it, the first day is like it's hard.
Yes, it's like a drug addict. And I've had someone recently suggest a rehab center for sugar. Yeah. But what I like about not having to go to a rehab center is because it helps everyone grow their willpower. And our personal will does so much for us when we grow it stronger. So if you can and that's why I start like with my program with mindset first before the diet. So just knowing why you're doing it, believing that you can heal yourself helps so much before you attempt to do it. Because when those strong cravings come in, it takes, to answer your question, a couple days to feel not feel deprived or kind of lightheaded or cravings anymore. But it's just, a lot of people think it's going to take a long time, but it doesn't take that much. You just have to kind of bear with it for about a day or so as you're withdrawing from the sugars and starches. But yeah.
What kind of food sensitivities people are suffering from now, especially if they have like a candida overgrowth?
The food sensitivities, there's a lot of allergies and it's interesting now I'm seeing more and more of just people, some of my clients are allergic to things that you wouldn't think they would be allergic to, like coconut or avocado. I know, so eggs is huge right now. A lot of people, I can't digest eggs or it's causing inflammation. But the normal ones are dairy, gluten, wheat, sugars, and yeah. And then besides that, then people have their own individual sensitivities and allergies to a whole. Oh, soy, of course, soy and corn. Corn now. I mean, everything. All the genetically modified grains and foods are really causing people to have problems with digestion.
So I think it's also changing from generation to generation, these kinds of sensitivities.
Yeah, definitely. I think all the unnatural food processes and like the genetically modified grains. Before, people didn't have problems with grains. Now most everyone has a problem eating grains.
Or even so many vegetables too,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said. Like, for example, Christine has a lot of allergies to vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really
It's
difficult for her too.
yeah, when you have such a limited and restricted diet already, that's what a lot of my clients are like, no, it's like I can't eat anything but, chicken and salad or something.
Yeah.
So,
So how can this book will help people to have also more options. How do you, besides having a cookbook on their hands, what else do you think people should try to see that their diets is not as restricted as they think they are?
to try more foods, a lot of people, even like say with the Candida diet, they say, oh, it just cuts out everything that I love. And I said, but the variety you have now with different vegetables that to try, or different kind of lean or protein sources, or seeds, different, like hemp seeds and chia seeds. And there's like so many varieties, and they can get really creative in just creating new dishes for themselves. So there's and there's a lot of great things online. Like I love Lydia's crackers. They're shipped from different sources, but they're sprouted almonds with dried vegetables, and that's it. So a lot of people who can't digest almonds, I have a lot of people who also have sensitivities to nuts, seem to be do well with those. So it helps people get creative, I think, of creating new foods, or like sea vegetables, or wrapping things in seaweed, or like nori rolls, or yeah.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. I lost track. So, for example, also the older generations that are having food sensitivities, or they're realizing that they had sensitivities from so many years in the back. When they start trying new things, do you think that they are actually open to trying new food or new things?
I think, and that's what I say. My tagline is, "Your symptoms are a gift." So if they're having symptoms, they're kind of forced to try new things, because if they do try to get to the cause of their symptoms and they go to a doctor, then the doctor, I mean, a holistic doctor or like nutritional response therapy will say, you know what, you're allergic to this or you're sensitive to this. And then that helps them try new things. But I find that the older generation, without any physical, if they're not suffering, they typically don't.
But I think some people, they actually don't know they're not suffering so hard. I mean, they have only, they're uncomfortable or tired, but they don't realize that it's their food that it's making them sick. I think it's just stress and their age.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you help people deal with this mindset?
Well, if someone doesn't think it's food, they're typically, I don't encounter a lot of people that aren't aware of the food, but I would say, I think, with all these books that Christine's putting out and all of our, awareness online and talks, and, as more of us are out there spreading the word, they'll catch on and hear it and maybe start to think about it and be influenced by, the idea of, okay, what if I do try my food and just see?
Oh, okay. What is your favorite dish?
I love creating new food dishes. It's something both me and my husband do, and I'm really grateful that he eats the same way. So we go through a lot of different stages, and I'm creating different types of new food creations. Like, I'll tell you, my favorite dessert food is this flourless black bean chocolate cake. So it has black beans and honey and chocolate and eggs and vanilla, and then it has this consistency of cake. And and then the frosting is honey, chocolate, vanilla, and avocado. And that has the consistency of frosting. And when I serve that to kids or older people or birthday parties I bring it to, everyone thinks it's chocolate cake.
And everybody loves it.
Yes. And I'll say, there's no cake in this. It's black beans. And they're like, I'm so glad you didn't tell me before I ate it.
Oh, they are surprised when you don't tell them and they try it.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, this is delicious.
Yes. And then
there's nothing.
We had a 3-year-old stay with us recently, and I've been making these banana pancakes with just eggs and banana, but that's it. No cake, no grains or anything. Eggs, banana, cinnamon, salt, and pecans. And everyone says it's better than any pancake they've had. And like the little 3-year-old's still asking for banana pancakes, banana pancakes. So I love that. And then I think just doing that and spreading those type of dishes opens people up to how we don't have to have grains and sugar.
Especially the bad kind.
Yeah.
The one that comes in boxes.
Yes, exactly. Processed foods. Yeah. And how easy it can be. Like the banana pancakes, it takes hardly any time to like mush the ingredients together, Yeah.
It's a fast thing to do.
Yeah.
Well, Elicia, thank you so much. Do you want to add something else?
No, if anyone's curious about, what's causing their allergies and digestive problems, I do have videos, free webinars on my website, or they could just go to freecandidawebinar.com.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Claudia. I look forward to the book and making all the recipes.
Yes.